R&D department at Ola Electric Technology Private Limited. Dr. Castellino is an forefront of driving innovation in electric mobility. Before we proceed, I have the honor to invite our guest of honor, Dr. Rajashri Bondopadhyay sir, to share a few words with us today. Dr. Rajashri Bondopadhyay sir, your insights and support immensely enrich our learning experience.
Thanks, Mona Lisa. Thanks, Mona Lisa. On behalf of RERF, I would like to first welcome Dr. Castellino for sharing his views on fascinating journey of turning dreams into reality. As far as I came to know from Mona Lisa that he is an expert in this field, so I hope that those who have joined here, they will be enriched by his speech. Question is dreams turns into reality. So dreams means you should have some idea, and that idea is to be converted into a reality. So better it is always uh, don't stop questioning others and let the others to question you. Maybe it may be sometimes ridiculous to somebody, but whatever ideas you are having in your mind, it should be decomposed into some actionable elements. Then only you can work on it. Brainstorming is another possibility to do this. So better just discuss all your ideas with your friends, colleagues. Then I think it will be helpful for you to do all the things. Now, when I was a PhD student, my teacher used to tell me that do the literature survey. Initially, it was very boring for us, but later stage we came to know that yes, how much require the literature survey, how much important it is for doing PhDs. So I will not take much of your time. Just would like to tell you one more thing that an idea will remain an idea unless you are trying to turn it into a reality. With these, I'm giving the microphone to Mona Lisa again. Do enjoy the lectures for Dr. Castellino, and I hope that you will enjoy all these things. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring words. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Shagmeet Chakraborty, sir, to share a few words on the topic.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me opportunity in this tag. In today's, that is the dream weaving and the art of tuning. It's an idea and the creativity in a reality. So the fact is that I first welcome to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Vijay Casatrino, and on behalf of RERFGI, as in myself as a principal Sumik Chakraborty in this institute. So I hope that this program will be very much interactive and our faculty member will enrich the how to create or how to think so that our creativity can become as a reality in terms of productivity because Professor Dr. Casatrino is one of the experts in the Ola Electric, which is too much important in today's life because our energy harvesting, etc., and the renewable parts of the energy is very much important today's things. Energy conservation is one of the important things of the today's life. That's why I think this webinar as a part of the FDP will become helpful and enjoyable to our faculty members. Thank you, Professor. The dais is yours. Please.
you so. Now, ladies and gentlemen, fellow students, and esteemed faculty, please give me a hearty round of applause as we welcome Dr. Roystan Vijay Castellino to share his journey and insights with us today. Dr. Castellino, we are all yours and eager to learn from you. The platform is all yours.
Hello, thank you again. Good afternoon, all. Am I audible to you? Hello, can you please confirm? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so today's topic, let me just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, it is visible, sir.
Okay, so is it full screen or is it cropped? Okay. All right. A very good afternoon to all. In today's session, I will explain you what is the importance of technology readiness levels in the field of research and innovation, and how you can implement in your research and innovation, and how to be more productive and effective in terms of innovating yourself. And you have already introduced me well enough, and let me just give you a brief introduction about myself. I did my uh, doctoral research in renewable energy, specifically in wind technology. So I did something like harvesting energy from a kite to generate power. It may seem something weird, but it is a different kind of wind technology which I am involved with, where it is called as airborne wind technology, using aerial devices such as aircraft to trap the wind power. And I am currently working at Ola Electric Technologies, Bangalore, and I have done a couple of innovations in this renewable field, and for that I have been awarded national award as well. Coming to today's agenda, uh, is it visible, my screen?
Yes, sir.
Is the slide is changing? I'm just in first screen itself, or it's changing? Can you please confirm? Okay, all right. Now I can see that. Okay, in today's agenda, I'll briefly introduce what is technology readiness level and how it is important in our research and development phase, and how we can, go from research and development to R&D and D, which is deployment. So basically, in our institutions, we do research innovations, and we are just there, stuck there, and we are unable to move from that level to a product and a deployment level. So that is what is crucial nowadays, and that's what you will go home after this presentation, that how you can effectively and efficiently scale your technology. And I will explain you what are the technology readiness levels and its scales, and how you can implement in your research and innovations. So, and at last I will tell you how it will benefit you by using technology readiness levels, and what are the challenges of using these TRLs. Coming to the very first section of this discussion, so what is basically a technology readiness level? So I'll give you a definition and the purpose of it, and what is the basic benefit of it. So basically, technology readiness level are a method of understanding how the technology is mature, how it is going on in the development phase, and which gives a basic benchmark of your technology, in what level it is. And the main purpose of it is to measure the system's maturity in technology components. So how your system is performing, whether it is performing in the intended environment, or whether it is as a product, whether it is complete or not. And it also gives an insight to the investors or someone with whom you are interacting, to let them know that what is your level of research and development, where it has reached. And the benefit out of it is, standardized framework for assessing technology maturity. Basically, anybody in the world can know where you are with your kind of set of research and development. I am sure in your institution you're doing great in terms of innovating yourself, or bringing in new technology. But on a global scale, you want to showcase your product. Where are you in that particular stage? So this is what technology readiness level defines you in these matters. So let me just tell you what is the important of this TRL. So one key point of this is informed decision making. So this TRL can help us help the decision makers understand the level of technological risks which are associated with our project, and enable them to make some informed decisions. Let's just say over this discussion, I'll give you some EV related example because I'm involved in that. So let's just say we have an electric vehicle in which there are many components, where there is a battery management system, battery pack is there, motor control unit is there, there's a motor drive, vehicle control unit is there. There are so many sub part of it. And where exactly is your problem? So by using this TRLs, we can come to know in what section you are facing problem. So if you are in the TRL level 4, where you are integrating the component and testing in the relevant environment, where it doesn't work out, so you can take an informed decision rather than just jumping into the last step where produce your component and get involved in the major flaw in your product. So, and coming to the second main importance, which is resource allocation. So let's just say someone is very good at simulating and someone is very good at hands-on experience developing a product. So this dissemination of these tier levels gives us insight where to put some people into, so that they can simulate this product for you, or else someone who can develop really has a hands-on experience and he can develop this. And later on we can, third important factor is the risk management, so which can assist and identify where our technological risks are involved, and what is the crucial steps which are which ensures the success of the research and innovation projects. And coming to the scales of this TRL. So I'll tell you what are the TRL scales and what are the levels are there, and what you need to understand from this. So TRL scale consists of 10 levels which are designed to assess the maturity of given technology system or subsystem, or a component from a concept stage to a fully deployment stage. So let's just say you have a very good concept of an electric vehicle. So where are you now in the deployment stage? So that will give you a proper scale of TRL. And coming to levels, how we divide is each TRL level represents a specific stage of technological development. So which can range from, as your professor said, there is a literature review section in our PhD, and then we go into a research objective, then we solve that particular objective and come into the solution and list what are our successes and what are our failures, and we list them down, which will let us know that how we can improve further, like that. So each level will just briefly disseminate into research level, and then a development level, and there is a deployment level. So understanding this TRS scale is very essential and very effective. So if you implement this in your research and innovation, you can efficiently develop the product. Coming to a case study, so if I explain you where TRL is being currently used. So if you see NASA projects, some lunar missions or any other projects, as a matter of fact, so these space agencies follow TRL to assess the readiness of the new technology. Let's just say there is a product, which a rocket and a satellite, which is intended to be used in space, but the intended environment is space, so they need to simulate that at Earth. So basically you cannot just say that I'll simulate that at Earth and deploy my rocket. So you need to make sure that your rocket is capable of flying in the space, and necessary clarifications are done in that matter of fact. So basically you'll develop these TRL concepts in your project, and then you assess what material is needed. Primarily you will do a research, then you going to develop that, and you test in your laboratory scale in a earth condition maybe. Then next you test in a confined test condition. And the basically the benefit of it, everybody will trust your product after you come out with these TRL levels. So these use of TRLs in space technology development ensures that new systems are thoroughly tested and proven before being used in critical missions. So coming to the what are the scales and level of NTRL? So basically how I can divide this. So coming to a level one where the basic research starts. So in this stage, the fundamental research to establish the scientific principle that underline the technology. So basically, if I give an example of electric vehicle, so let's just say there is a motor drive, there's a powertrain, and power electronic converter is there, and there is a battery power, vehicle control unit, and basically you do research about it, and you observe what are the cutting edge technologies are going on, what should be my drive, what is my cost, and what are the technological advancement currently happening in this field. So basically you research and lay groundwork, for the future technology development and exploring new concept in. So TRL level one defines a basic research, and coming to level 2 where you apply your research. As you know, this electric motors like PMSM can be driven by a field oriented control technique. Those are not well versed with electrical engineering, just bear with me for some time, because my example involve electric vehicle as of now. So let's just say there is a permanent magnet synchronous machine and which requires a field oriented control motor drive. So you know that there is a drive existing, so you apply that and you simulate this at your laboratory itself and find out that yes, it works, and whether it is intended for that power application or not, you just simulate it before actually deploying it. So basically the TRL level involves experimenting in a simulation or a controlled environment. And coming to the TRL level 3, where is which involves technology development. So there are, as I said, there are many such component, not only one component in our product. So we just see whether these components are compatible with each other or not. Whether I can, if I integrate battery and vehicle control unit, and there is a motor drive unit, we integrate them together and somehow it doesn't work. So you have to rectify some issues at that stage. So this stage is very crucial, where some new challenges come into picture when you integrate different components. So basically this stage focuses on refining the technology and design and development of necessary infrastructure tools for implementing. So basically you have done your simulation till now in TRL level 2, and in level 3 you deploy, develop it so that it works together. And coming to the level 4, so these are involved in research and development of some concept. So component and system validation in TRL level 4, the component and system validation involves testing individual component and integrating them to a prototype. So in this stage you have a small prototype with all the component. You have proved that this works, this system may work when you involve many kind of subsystems, and you join them together and they're intend to work in desired conditions. So in this stage, this is very crucial stage, because you have a prototype. You show that using your experimental approach that this works, and identify some issues that may be encountered when we integrate components together. And coming to section 3, implementing TRLs in research and innovation. So how we can implement? So till now you have been stuck here. You have done your simulations and you have implemented a hardware. You know that it works with the intended results, but you are not just moving from here. You have been just stuck here. So how you can implement this TRLs in your research and innovations? So basically, the fifth TRL is system integration. So system integration involves testing all these components for a relevant environment. Let's just say you develop one electric vehicle, but you need to test it on road, not only in lab based one small model. So you develop, you assemble everything together and you test it rigorously in the intended environment. So in this stage where the technology begins to take its shape as a fully functional system, so ready for further testing and validation. So you, let's just say your circuit is intended to work in a 50-degree, 60-degree or 80-degree kind of temperature environment. So you basically test in those relevant environment at this stage you know that your product will work in any given temperature, and whatever you have tested till now in this. So whatever you test in laboratory may not be working outside the laboratory in other environmental conditions. So in this TRL level 5 you will be actually testing in the intended environment. Coming to the TRL level 6, which is a technology demonstration. So basically you have tested enough in intended environment, and you demonstrate, which involves proving the technology's capability through successful field trials and operation tests. So after you prove that your product can perform in an intended environment, next step you come to TRL level 6, where you say that this is my product, it has these many specifications, and it can operate at these conditions, and many such trials you can do this in this TRL level. And this stage provides a very valuable real world data. So basically you test in different varying condition, and you know where it fails, and you are well aware of your research and how it can work in the intended application. And it will give you build a confidence and in its performance. So basically you can say this will perform in this particular range of temperature and so on. Coming to the level 7, so you develop a product but you don't know what and all qualifications are required, regulatory permissions are required. As I said, I was involved in a kite based wind power generation system where airborne aircraft was required to generate power. The main advantage of this technology was reduction in huge metal structure required to generate wind power. But at last you need regulatory permission to fly that kite in those altitude. So you need to get that permission, then only you will be able to fly those aircraft. So in the field of electric vehicle there are many permits and regulations which the EV has to meet. So this will ensure that your product is meeting all these required conditions. You develop something which doesn't meet required condition and you go into production, later you cannot change it. It is very difficult. So this level gives you some freedom to tweak your product at this stage, and so that it will comply with all the regulations which are set by the government and so on. So this stage is very critical for ensure that technology is safe, reliable, and capable of meeting the demands of its operational environment. So people will have confidence now that your product is certified. So every electrical component you can see there is a BIS marking, ISI marking, and everything. So these certifications are very helpful, so that people can trust on your product, and they know that it is capable. That's how brands are built nowadays. So they have people have trust on brands that hey, this product from this company will be reliable. I know that, like that. When you buy something on Amazon, you see the brand, which brand it is, and then you say, okay, if it is Apple, I know that it is a very very good product, I can rely on, it will long last, like that. So that is the kind of commitment that company provides with these kind of regulations. So you need to get your product certified at this stage. Coming to the operation readiness. So in the TRL level 8, you just which involves preparing technology for deployment. So till now you have got your certification, regulatory approvals, and everything. Then you go for deployment, and you need to test it further in the real world scenario, how the user will operate. So you need to have different testing environment. Some if I give you an example of electric vehicle, different user have different kind of riding styles. So you need to take that into account as well. So whether your motor controller unit is getting heated, or your battery is at a nominal voltage and all the time when it is giving a peak power output, or it can operate well in very low temperatures or a terrain condition or a very high temperature condition. There are so many environmental challenges which you may not be even knowing of. At this level you will find out those challenges and try to make changes in your product so that it will work in all the required environment conditions. So this stage includes final testing, training, and development of support system, so that you can have technology which is ready for operational use. So you make sure that your product works in all the intended environments. And coming to section 4, which is like what are the benefits, and what are the challenges of using TRLs in our research and innovations. So coming to the three main benefits of using technology readiness levels. So one is increased transparency. So as I said you, there are 8 levels which I explained, which breaks down into research section, development section, and a deployment section. So at research stage only, you can find out whether this set of parameter may work or not. Whether I need to tweak them, or so that which can work in intended environment, and which can improve communication and collaboration among stakeholders. So basically everyone would know what kind of work you are doing. So this is a very good benefit of using TRLs. And second is risk reduction. So by identifying potential issues early in the development process, TRL can help reduce the risk of technological failures and associated costs. So basically in we have disseminated into following 8 TRL levels. So if you are stuck in some fifth level where you come across some major flaw in your battery pack, and which you need to resolve, or else it will be a disaster at the end. So you cannot just go into production by knowing that there is unknowingly going into production that the battery was faulty. So you do this test in the component integration stage, and you realize that there is an issue, serious issue with one of the component. So you reduce the risk of huge loss at the end. So this is very important to understand why it is beneficial for us of using TRLs. And next is resource optimization. As I said, few people are really good at simulating things and finding out. Few people are very good at hands-on experience. They can implement anything on a hardware circuit. And this dissemination of these stages into TRL levels can make our system more efficient. So we know who can work for us and develop a product. So let's just say simulation, someone is very good, we can give him simulation job. And one who is very good at developing some product and testing it, so we can give it to them. And some other to who is very good at marketing, we can give him to after product, which is 8 plus stages, TRL 8 plus stages, we can assign to those. So basically TRLs can guide an allocation of resources to the project, ensuring that they are used efficiently and effectively. Coming to what are the challenges in TRLs. So actually TRL is a subjective matter. So the assessment of TRL level can differ from people to people. Some people might say your product is not at TRL level 5, it is at TRL level 4. So it can be a subjective matter sometimes, which may vary among the assessors. And also dynamic nature of technology. So there is a rapid pace of technological changes can make it challenging to keep the TRL's assessment current and accurate. For example, as I said, there are many components involved. So motor may have its own developing stage at some point. So you can, if you have many TRLs which involves component integration, you are stuck at some point because your motor is not ready at that phase. So you might have to again split that motor into a separate part and develop that, and then integrate into your system. So these complexity may can arrive. And TRL scale can be complex also, especially for technologies that involves multiple component, as I said, and subsystems with variable level of maturity. So there are various stages involved in various components are involved, which are basically having their own timeline, which may not be fitting in this TRLs. So if I explain you in one of the case study in the medical device and development. So as we are well aware of COVID-19 situation, so let's just say they had to develop a vaccine. So TRL is very crucial in this matter. So these medical companies, they use technology readiness level to assess how mature a vaccine may be, how where the vaccine has reached. So they need regulatory approval to do the human trials, and many other certifications are required. So they develop a vaccine and they test whether in a laboratory whether it is working or not. Then they move on to you know animal testing, then they move on to regulatory approval, then they move on to human trials, and so on. So if this TRL is not followed by a medical company, then they cannot output their vaccine. So For example, development of a new medical imaging system, which would be tracked through the TRL scale from concept to clinical trials and commercialization. So basically, if let's just say medical imaging system is there, I want to develop it. So TRL scale is very crucial here. You develop, simulate, and deploy there, and you check whether it is working as intended or not. Then you get your certification. Then you commercialize this product. So the main benefit is in the field of medical is that the device deployment ensures that new devices are safe, effective, and ready for market before being released to the patient. So this, involves the trust in the patient who are, getting this medical imaging, or let's just say any matter of fact in the medical industry. If someone is getting a vaccine, they know, they say this, our medicine is this much, has this much efficacy. So this is very crucial in terms of not only in terms of medical, but in all the research and innovation industry. So, what are the conclusion and takeaways from this presentation? So, basically, technology readiness levels are valuable tool for assessing the maturity of a technology. So, basically, you have a research and innovative product with you, maybe, but you don't follow these TRL levels. You are stuck at some point, and you may incur some losses if you don't follow this. You don't know what are the risks involved. You might have seen a Shark Tank show in the television. So there many people pitch in their ideas, with various concepts, and they come to the investor and they say that, this is my product, and I want this much for this. This is my this thing. So they don't, assess what is their risks involved in their products. They don't have enough testing done in their product. They don't know what might happen, what are the risks involved, and what might break down at some point. So this that is a very good show. I would recommend someone who is, doing research and innovation, and how to pitch in your ideas and research and innovation, and come to a reality and show that, you can do it, or something like that. So following these TRLs is very important, so to assess whether you can make it as a product or not. So sometimes you develop something, you think that it will work in the intended conditions, but it may not. So you have to be thorough with your concept and follow these levels, so that you can make it as a product. So understanding the TRL scale and level is essential, and which is very good for effectively managing the technology development projects, and ensuring that they progress through the necessary stages of maturity. So these TRL levels will, I hope these TRL levels will definitely help you to take some informed decisions to make it a reality. I hope many of you will be experimenting in a laboratory scale, and you are stuck at there. And I hope you come out with some product which you can showcase to the world, and make our country really proud. And I thank you very much for listening to my session. Thank you once again for providing me the opportunity. Hello. If you have any question, you can ask right now.
Thank you, Dr. Castellino, for such an enlightening and engaging session. Your journey and insights into technology and innovations have left us all inspired. Before we move forward to the closure of the today's session, I would like to remind everyone to please submit your questions through the link shared with you. Your feedback is invaluable to us. Kindly ensure your submissions are completed by 10 p.m. tonight. As we conclude today's program, I would like to remind everyone that our journey of learning continues tomorrow. Join us for another exciting session on 7th February titled Machine Learning, a New Frontier in Creative Problem Solving, featuring Dr. Injinit Krishan from Savita Engineering College, Chennai. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for all your participation today. See you tomorrow for more insights and inspiration. Stay curious, stay innovative. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.